What up? This is Robert Ory.
Or three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Ory for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Ory from downtown.
What is going on, Big Shot Bob? On the road again. My God, man sold his house. He's on the road with the Grateful Dead, living in a van somewhere down by the river. Where are you at this week, man? Jeez.
I'm in Napa this week.
You're in Napa. What are you in Napa for? Is this like a vacation type thing?
Came here with the wife, just to, like, she wants to get liquored up with some wine.
Hey, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Napa is a good place to do that. I've been in Napa.
Yeah.
You been to Napa?
Yeah, when I went to the Bay last year.
Oh, wow. Are you buying the Napa Valley hype?
It was cool. We, went on a couple of vineyards. Just seeing them, all of them are very unique. I want to go back because there's a couple of Michelin star restaurants I want to check out.
Oh, sure.
But I like Napa. It was cool. It was relaxed, and
Very
I drank
relaxed.
more wine during that day than I drank my entire life.
I'll say, yeah.
And after a while, man, look, just get the wine away from me because I don't want no more.
Hey, next thing you know, I'm like, last night we got home. I'm like, looking like, did I eat some candy last night? Tongue was purple. I'm like, damn, how much wine did we drink?
Enough to do like when you're a kid, you get caught eating candy and your whole mouth is red and you're like, what? I didn't eat that.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is, like, today we're gonna hit up 4 wineries, starting at 10 o'clock, then like 12 o'clock, then like 2 o'clock. Then like 4 o'clock.
Oh, so you're gonna be drunk off your ass by noon, and then still have like 4 hours ahead of you. Oh man,
I know,
dude. I don't know.
The crazy
That's
part
a
is
lot.
like, wine doesn't give me a buzz at all, man. I remember one Christmas, back when I bought one of those Magnums, that the Cayman's Magnums. Nobody was drinking it but me. Next thing I know, I was like this. Where all the wine go? I drank from like 11 o'clock to like 11 o'clock, then I drank a whole bottle.
And you were okay?
I was fine. I felt really relaxed, but wine doesn't give me a buzz at all.
Okay.
It makes me relax, but no buzz.
Got it.
Now, if this was a tequila tasting,
Well, I ain't.
This show would be a lot different in about 2 hours.
I don't know if I could do a tequila tasting like I do a wine tasting. I don't know how that would work.
I got a friend last weekend that went to I think it was, where the hell did he go? There was a game on the road that he went to, a college football game. Oh, Kentucky. He went to Louisville. And they did a bourbon tasting.
ooh,
And I want to say, they came and kick off till like 3:30, and he was gone. He was gone. By 4 o'clock, he was gone. And I'm like, well, we have a show to tape at like 8 o'clock tonight, so he ain't coming. He showed up drunker than, I don't know how you get through a day of like tequila or bourbon.
yeah,
That's
in moderation.
Dude, it's too much. Anthony Davis. I want to start the show with Anthony Davis because, isn't this the AD that we all want? What we've seen the last several games from him, because he has been like out the gate on a mission, and I don't know if that has to do with Rob, like you said last week. One of their 4 main plays is just dump it down to AD. But it's very clear to me out of the gate that JJ's like, okay, we're just going to feed AD as much as we can.
Yeah, the thing about AD, we know how talented he is, and it's about maintaining that stamina, maintaining that eligibility. Because if you ain't eligible, you can't get out there. Last night he went down. Losing to Detroit in Detroit is like, it was kind of crazy, but he's a man on a mission. But he has to stay healthy, like we always talk about. But think about it. Who in this league can play defense? And the league is not even designed anymore to play defense. So when you're big and you're athletic, as he is, like Giannis, like a Jokic, you can get to the rack anytime you want. You can get to the free throw line. It's up to you to be the man.
Yeah. I mean, so far, this is his numbers. And this does not take into account the loss to Detroit last night. Averaging 31.8 points per game, 12 rebounds a game, almost 3 assists, shooting 57.3% from the field, 25% from 3, and free throws just about 80%, 78.6. I mean, great numbers. Dude, great start.
He had 37 last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's the numbers are there. The numbers are there for him. And if, like you said, if he could stay healthy, and he can keep on this trajectory, my goodness, man.
Yeah,
this might be the time where everybody was like, thank you. This is what we needed. This is what we wanted. This is what we needed to see.
But what I'm seeing also early enough now, and I'm going to put and we'll get to this team later, I'm going to put that Cavs loss behind them just because of the way that the Cavs are playing right now.
That's the next thing on the sheet. Yeah.
But you can't lose to Detroit. I understand they're young, they're getting better, but when you're supposed to be a quote unquote title contending team, as any LeBron James team is a title contending team for the last so many years, there are certain games that you can't, whether on the road or at home, you can't lose. You can't lose to Detroit. I understand they're young. I understand they're up and coming.
Well, you can't lose to this Detroit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't do that. If you're gonna be one of the better teams in the league, and the Lakers are this or the Lakers are that, then you have to show it versus the teams that you're supposed to beat. I understand that anybody can be beat on any given day, but what we know about really good teams, they take care of their business against the teams that they're supposed to take care of their business against. So I know it's still early, but you can't lose those games if you're the Lakers. You just can't.
Yeah. It's, to me, I didn't get a chance to see the game, but I can just look at the stat sheet and tell you what happened in that game. Trust. There was no trust in that game, because if you look at the bench, the most minutes played off the bench was 18 by Sam Vincent. You think, and then your next best player off the bench is Connect. He only played like 9 minutes, so there was no trust in the game. Sounds like a young coach. Goddamn, like, oh crap, I ain't gonna trust these young cats or these cats I'm not familiar with. I'm gonna go with my starters, and the starters didn't produce, especially Rui. I don't know what Rui's doing right now. He must be still on that Dodger float with Jack Flaherty drinking or something, because he ain't looking like he ready to play. And you think about D'Angelo, he's been having an awful season shooting, and there's so many things that go into that game, and like you don't. Sometimes you don't even have, as a basketball player, you can just look at the stats and say, I can tell you what exactly happened in that game, and then you see it. And you just gotta, you gotta D up. You can't let like someone like Ivy come out and kill you with 26 and your bench outscore you. And so these are things that, as a young coach, and I'm not even gonna blame JJ. I'm gonna blame my former teammate, Scotty Brooks, and a guy I love to death, Nate McMillan. You gotta go up to him and say, yo, man, you got to trust these guys, because we going to kill our guys playing. They can't play 38 minutes a game. And so, they got to step up and say, hey, we losing anyway, so we got to give these guys a chance. You never know, because the game plan is not for these guys. Let them get out there and get some burns so we can see what they can do.
Good point. Well, we mentioned the Cavs. We mentioned the Thunder.
Cavs looking good.
Two teams left in the league that are unbeaten, the Cavs and the Thunder. Cavs sitting at 7-0, OKC at 6-0 right now. Right at the top of the West, though, where OKC is, you've got the Suns at 6-1, the Warriors at 5-1. Mavs and Lakers are both pretty much right there. In the East, it's pretty much the Cavs and the Celtics, and everyone just sort of drops off to like 3 wins from there. But the Cavs, man, hot out of the gate. Hot out of the gate.
Man, sometimes it could be coaching. They got a new coach in there, and I think when you like a coach, that makes a big difference on how you play. I'd go back to the days when we had Dale Harris as a coach, and then them dudes didn't like him at all. And it was just like they didn't run the plays right, they didn't do stuff like that. But coaching makes a huge difference on how you play. And I think also they got another year of seeing what they could do when they play together as a team. And I think this coach, he came in and said, you know what, Mobley, I think we need to start using you more, because there are no bigs in this league anymore. And I think Evan Mobley is like killing it right now. And, and I think Spider's like saying, understand, Spider reminds me of Michael Jordan, Hakeem Olajuwon, Kobe without Shaq. What I mean by that is these guys think they have to do it on their own. You don't have to do it on your own. You can trust your teammates. You think about it, you had an all-star on the team before you got there. And so now it's a team thing. You can only win a championship by playing team basketball.
Yeah, that's a fact. I haven't watched a ton of Cavs games, because that's just
mostly
not what
highlights
I do.
is all
right.
I've seen. Yeah.
I just saw the Laker game, and that's it.
Yeah, but they are. From what I have seen, they are playing exceptionally well. They're playing good defense. But when you have guys like Evan Mobley and you have Jared Allen, your defensive anchors are there. They're not sluggish when they run the floor. Both of those guys know how to run the floor very, very well. They know how to clean up the glass. And as of right now, early on, they and the Thunder are the best teams in basketball by far.
Well, I mean, it's early.
I still throw the Celtics in there, even though they've gotten the L. But I still throw the Celtics.
Let's not even speak about what I saw last night at State Farm. We'll let that go.
No. We're on the Celtics. Let it fly. Let it fly. Get off your chest now, because I have a feeling when we get into Milwaukee and the Sixers in a few minutes, things are going to go sideways.
Let me tell you something. I understand that the Hawks are shorthanded. And last night, I know Trey got hurt a little bit. We don't know what the dynamics of that looks like. My goodness. Mind you, there's no Jaylen Brown and there's no Porzingis. Jayson Tatum early on, especially in that first half. Now, he cooled off in that second half. But that first half, the way he was shooting, man, you cannot shoot. If you're trying to get into a shooting battle with this basketball team, 9 times out of 10, you will lose the game. That is not the way you beat this team. And it's not even their shooting. It's the simple fact that when they grab it, when they get the defensive rebound, outlet passes. The ball is going down the court. They got somebody down the court that they're getting the ball to, and they're getting another quick 2 on the other end. So when your defense is not set, when you miss a shot and you're not getting back to the other end, best believe they are. And that's another quick 2. So they're beating teams up and down the floor as well. And they're cleaning up the glass. So, and in their reserves, you look at a guy like, what's the white boy named Pritchard? Shot the rock last night with that second unit. And I'm like, yeah, even a healthy Hawks team wouldn't. I
think Peyton Pritchard is probably one of the most underrated guys that, because his minutes are so up and down, but the dude can play, man.
Yeah.
He can play. He
shot well last night. And the Hawks could have been fully healthy last night. They may not have lost by 30. They may have lost by 15. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But they got their butts handed to. I looked at this 123-93. Yeah.
It wasn't even that close either.
Nah, it was
wasn't
bad.
even that close.
It was bad.
All right, well, look, I want to thank our friends at Uncommon Goods, uncommongoods.com, for sponsoring this week's show. You could spark something uncommon this holiday with just the right gift from our friends at Uncommon Goods.
We all know this is going to be a very busy holiday season, and it's upon us. You don't know it, but it's coming around the corner. You got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, but Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. They scour the globe for original, handmade, absolutely remarkable things.
Yeah, so my daughter ordered from Uncommon Goods. She got like this little inkless color printer, so she can print she does all this stuff with her friends on her phone. Everything's on her damn phone. But she has got this little printer now where she can just print out stickers and stuff from her phone. And because it comes from Uncommon Goods, it's not just a little printer. It looks like a bird, which is really cool. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's got like a little beak and stuff, but it spits out stickers and pictures, and it's extremely unique, which is awesome.
So basically saying bird is the word?
Bird is the word for my kid.
That's because when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent business, which is very important. And many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches. So shop now before they sell out this holiday season.
Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade. And they have the most meaningful, out-of-the-ordinary gifts anywhere, and yes, even gifts that you can personalize.
And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give back $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. That's so important. Nonprofit, your choice. They donated more than $3 million to this date.
Love that. Good for those guys. Get your 15% off of your next gift if you go to uncommongoods.com/bigshotbob. That's uncommongoods.com/bigshotbob for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary. And on this show, that absolutely holds true.
Yes, they not like us.
All right, look, while we're on Tatum, I'm going to jump around here a little bit. I want to play this audio of Tatum real fast. I wanted to get your take on this, Rob, just because I thought this was interesting, and I didn't know anything about this. Hold on. I want to make sure I credit the show, because, people work hard on these shows. The Club 520 podcast sat down with Jayson Tatum. That's, I guess, on the Volume Network. And then Tatum told this story about how the Lakers in the 2017 draft didn't even work him out. which is bananas to me.
For me,
Not at all.
I grew up a Kobe fan. Like, I always wanted to play for the Lakers.
Don't do it.
For them to have the number 2 pick, and it was like it wasn't even a thought that I was going to get drafted. That was kind of devastating. So I never worked out for the Lakers. They never came to watch me work out. It was like a week before the draft. Philly and Boston traded the 31 pick. And I wanted to go to Phoenix. Phoenix had the 4th pick. Errol Watson was the coach. I went out there. I was looking at houses. The weather was nice. They had a young team. I was like, man, I'm going to go get the play.
Facts.
And then I remember Coach K was like, yo, Boston want to have you for a second workout. You should go. And I'm like, Coach, like, they just came off the Eastern Conference Finals. They got a veteran team. Like, I'm probably not going to play. And he was raving about Brad Stevens. He was like, Brad's one of the best coaches in the league. And I remember I went up to Boston like 3 days before the draft. I had another workout. But, you know, the rest was history, and it all worked out.
So that's Tatum's story of kind of how it went down in the 2017 draft and how he landed in Boston. Do you look back on that draft, though, and just want to kick yourself? And I know it's revisionist history. It's easy to look back now and go, what did we miss on? Because you don't know at the time, but...
Well, it's kind of, you look at that draft, you know, let's be honest. It's sometimes when you look, where are they now? I didn't.
There's a lot of guys in the draft you can do that with, though.
This is like I'm going to go back to the number 2 pick, Lonzo Ball for the Lakers,
That's
right?
what they took, yeah.
And I'm like, you know who I love? I love DeAaron Fox. I thought Tatum was good, but I liked Fox a little bit because my whole mindset is I'm watching the NCAA tournament, right? And this dude just shuts you down, meaning Ball. I think Ball had, 4 points? And Fox had like 30? I'm like, come on, Lakers, what are you doing? I'm like, okay, you don't want, you want to, I understand why they didn't go after Tatum because they were stacked in that 3-4 at the time. So I understand that one, but you needed a guard. And I just thought Fox was way better than Ball. And of course, you know, I don't know without the injuries how well Ball would be, but I just thought DeAaron Fox was a better player out of that one. So it was, to me, when I was watching that draft, I'm like, really? And I think that's one of the reasons why, you know, GMs are funny. And I think that's one of the reasons why when it came to this the draft 2 years ago, when they took Hood instead of what's it called, Triple J, the guy who went to Miami from UCLA.
Oh yeah.
I mean it. So is that, am I saying that right?
Yeah, something like
What's
that.
his name?
Who's that?
Guy from UCLA. Jaquez. It's Jaquez, right?
Oh.
Jaime. Yeah, Triple J.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because sometimes when you have a bad taste from a player from a certain school, GMs are like, unless you're a phenom, they shy away from that. And you think about who would you take, Hood, Jimenez? You're like, it's like, again, like, okay. And for me, I just look at the like situations like that, they get scared and like, man, go with what your eye test, go with the talent. You know, I think sometimes the eye test, people throw out the freaking window. And if you watch guys play and you know, don't look at that analytical bullshit. I'm looking at how you play with this and this up there, the heart and head. And so it gets in the way sometimes.
Okay. I mean, I'm just saying it's easy to look back and go. But I mean, he wanted to be an LA Laker.
Yeah.
And then you look at him now and you're like, God bless, man. What
yeah,
could
but that
have
whole
been?
draft, who thought Fultz would go first in that draft?
Oh,
Not
I bet that was the consensus in that year.
Yeah, but that was
2017, that was like,
consensus that
everybody
year.
assumed he's going first.
Yeah, I mean, and at the time, we can look back and obviously hindsight is always 2020.
Of course.
But at the time, the Lakers needed a point guard.
Yep.
You know, and Lonzo was the preemptive PG that was supposed to go. That was the first PG supposed to be off the board, and the Lakers were right there to take him, and they took him.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. I look back at it and I'm like, all right. Let's talk about. Oh man, we got a couple of sinking ships we got to talk about out of the game. Let's start with the 1-6 Milwaukee Bucks.
The team that I thought was going to make the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, I had them too.
Did I have him in my top
I
six?
think you did. Yes, I don't remember if you did or not.
No,
though, now.
I don't think you did.
No,
No, I
you
don't think
didn't.
so.
Don't think I did.
Because it was the Bucks and the Sixers you left out, and we were like, really? Rob Stradamus here because, dude, now the thing is they've scored well. Like Dame and Giannis have definitely scored the basketball.
I got the Bucks on the outside looking in.
Oh, you have your list.
Yes.
Brought it with you. Hang on to it.
I
We
keep
might
it
need
with me. I
later.
keep it in my backpack.
We might need it later. Hang on to it. So yeah, at 1-6 out of the gate. Yes, it's early. They're sitting currently dead last in the Eastern Conference at number 15. Now I know you're only 8 games into the season.
Yeah.
So that's not where you're going to live, but it's where you sit right now. Giannis has been putting up numbers: 38, 11, 5 assists, 22, 12, 7 assists, 30, 10, 6 assists, 37, 11, and 4, 34, 16, and 9. So the numbers are there. Dame's numbers have been equally good. But now here comes the rumor mill. Here comes the Giannis is going to ask for a trade out of Milwaukee. And now that has been like the dominant story this week about will Giannis want to walk from the Milwaukee Bucks 8 games into the season. And he's got, for the record, 3 years and $175 million left on his contract.
So can you trade him for? Now, he worked it. Now, don't get me wrong. He's worked that.
Oh, he is, but why would you do that?
But here's the thing. You're going to have to give up years worth of assets.
You have to match money with money. You got to give up a superstar. You know, what superstar on a team is out there is like disgruntled, that's making that kind of money.
And good assets on the back end, too, because you can know some draft picks, too.
So
I don't see. I mean, now, so the conversation immediately goes on the Knicks. Oh, what happens if Giannis goes to the Knicks? Dude, the Knicks situation right now, they're nowhere in, and they're not in any kind of monetary situation to even have that conversation. So scrap that. If you're a Knicks fan or you're Giannis is going to go to New York, take that off the plate. He ain't going to the Knicks.
Hey, and if he went to the Knicks, it'd be like putting a square in a round hole. Jalen Brunson would not let him be him because Jalen Brunson is the star of that team, and he needs the rock. He's still trying to adjust the cat. So
yeah,
that won't work.
That ain't happening.
Here's my thing.
Go ahead.
What kind of assets does Brooklyn have? If I can,
not enough.
if and this is a big if.
That's an if with like 15 million exclamation points behind it.
Yeah,
asterisk
all the way down.
Right.
Yeah,
I think with a healthy, and I capitalize every letter in the word healthy, with a healthy Ben Simmons, with Giannis on that team, that could be dangerous.
No, it can't.
Yes, it could, because here's the thing. I think personally, Ben Simmons is a natural facility. He can naturally pass the basketball.
Well, we know he doesn't want to shoot it.
Right. We know he don't want to shoot the ball. I think that works out well when they get to running down the court, because Ben is looking to pass anyway. And so I think that works out well from the standpoint of being able to get Giannis, a guy like that who can get Giannis the ball.
Well, here's first of all, Giannis don't need you to get in the ball because he's grabbing it off the rim and going with it.
Right, but let's say he doesn't. So you got another guy that can set you up.
Because Ben Simmons is basically Giannis who can't freaking score, because that's what Ben does. He gets the rock and he pushes down. Think about this. If I'm on a break and I see Ben Simmons and Greek Freak, and it's basically if it's 2-on-3, like it's 3-on-2, I should say, it's basically 2-on-2, because all you got to do is just guard the two wings, because Ben ain't going to fucking shoot the ball.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, what do? Does he still have more fouls than he has shots taken?
I don't know. I know he doesn't have he hasn't been lighting the world on fire. He's been very low point percentages. I don't think he's broke 10 points in a game yet.
Yeah. To me, if you have to look around the league, let's say where could we put Giannis that could make him good? Chicago.
Okay.
People ain't talking about Chicago. They've been having
they're sort of in
years so far.
Yeah, I know, but they feel like they're on the brink of rebuild mode.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But I'm just saying, why not rebuild with Giannis? Everybody, that's think about. Even though what's his name, Cody White got dunked on like a mug the other night, but and elbowed him out. But yeah, I'm telling you.
See, the thing about some of these stars is where you're wanting to get traded is important, because a lot of these guys saying, well, I'm not winning here, I want to be traded. But I'm like, more times than none, bro, you're going to be traded to a worse situation than what you're leaving.
You ain't going to a winner for the amount of money you make? No.
They're not giving all of that up to get you and kind of set themselves back. So you're going to a team that's, in a sense, starting over, who has the assets to give up if they want to make you their franchise player. So that's the thing about vets. Sometimes you're like, hey, I want out. more times than none, you're not going to a team. Now, there are your exceptions, but you're not
More or
going
less.
to a team that's contending.
Well, yeah, think about it. KD did it. James did it.
Yeah.
You know, it's possible.
It's possible.
So, but then you think with someone with the power of Greek Freak, he can determine where he wants to go. But here's a question I have to ask you guys: who would ask out first, Dame or Greek Freak? Who says, "Hey, get me out of here"?
Giannis.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Can I be honest with you about something?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't know what's coming here. I'm excited.
Landry Fields, GM of the Atlanta Hawks, get him on the phone.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why. And I'll give up Trae Young. Everybody else.
Milwaukee doesn't need Trae Young.
No, but outside of you, look, it could be a 3-team trade. That's their problem. I'm looking at outside of Jalen Johnson and Zachary Ricochet, the number 1 overall pick. Everybody else is up for grabs. Everybody else is up for grabs. Let's have a discussion. Because at some point in time, this team here in Atlanta has to shake some stuff up. You have to, because you're in limbo right now.
Oh, and you've been stuck there for years.
You have been stuck. If there was some way that this city
You're in
can
Trae
land
Young
Greek
limbo.
Freak, oh my Lord.
You're right. All right.
Oh my Lord.
So here.
They won't win this year, but they probably win next year.
I'm
People
talking
say, okay,
about
we got
excitement.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though. Think about it. You get him, and how much guys love Atlanta. You could probably trick some players to come up in there. So, okay,
I ain't gotta trick you.
You gotta trick some players. Oh, damn.
They come to Atlanta anyway.
You just
I
spit
ain't
on
got
my
to trick
city.
you to come
Jesus,
to Atlanta.
Man. God damn.
Hey, they come to Atlanta, but to play in Atlanta is a totally different thing.
Yeah.
We'll just send him some lemon pepper wings from Magic City.
Look,
That's how
dog,
you get him here, man. That's how you get him
I
here.
think that's the type of shakeup you need. That's the type of moving and shaking that you kind of need
Gotta
to
do
get
something.
people thinking
You gotta do
about.
something.
Well, dang, Greek Freak. Because at one point in time, we talked about when he was drafted, the Hawks could have had him. There was always that woulda, coulda, shoulda after the draft. The Hawks could have had Giannis. This could be This could possibly be your chance to possibly land him. Who knows? I don't know.
Well, as it stands now, he hasn't even asked for a trade. This is all the rumors about will he ask for a trade.
we
So we're
spitball.
playing hypothetical. Here's, by the way, Bovada put a line out on this because, of course, they did. Bovada's line right now, the leader in the clubhouse, if Giannis were to ask for a trade, top contender to land him right now is Miami
Yeah, I heard about that.
at plus 150. You already mentioned Brooklyn. They were second on the list at plus 210. And the Rockets are on here. Rockets plus 400 to get Giannis. And then the Spurs and the Grizzlies kind of round out your top 5 as far as the betting line goes. And the betting line, they're going to go, all right, well, who can we put out there we can make some money on? So these would be teams in contention that they could wrangle some bets against.
First of all, why would the Spurs have 2 identical players on their team?
Yeah, I don't
Good
see
point.
that happening.
Good point.
Yeah.
But San Antonio's on there. I think
Yeah,
it's because they're
but now,
young
And if the Rockets have assets, think about it. You can give up Van Vliet with all that money he's making.
Oh, God.
There's room. The Rockets could
you
do
got to
some damage.
convince
Think about this.
Milwaukee to take on Van Vliet's contract.
Yeah, man. But the Rockets, people don't talk about this. The Rockets, in the next couple of years, they have a really good coach. They have a new facility. You have, hey, can we say it with a shirt at? No state
tags. Where you didn't put your shirt on. Wear your shirt. No state tags.
So, and then you think about Jalen. You think about you have another big. Probably I don't know if you're gonna keep that big and Sagoon, but that would be a good situation for if we thinking hypothetical here, but
yeah, of course.
that would be a good situation.
That's why we asked you a couple weeks ago, are the Rockets going to have one of those years? Because they seem like they got that young core that's playing excited basketball. They're playing aggressive. They're having fun. You know what I mean? They're a fun team to watch.
Yeah.
Throw Giannis into that mix, man. Who knows? Who knows? All right. Well, I just wanted to get your take on it. All right. Now let's move on to Philadelphia. The Bucks at number 15, last in the East. Sitting right next to him at number 14 is Philadelphia. We have obviously we know Paul George out. Game back last night. Had a bit of a boneheaded play, as he self-admitted last night at the end of that game, to try and win it, or trying to tie it, I should say, instead of trying to win it. Embiid obviously out with the knee. Embiid pushes the reporter in the locker room this weekend. Not a great look for Embiid. I guess the reporter had mentioned something about his late brother and his son in an article or something, so he decides, I'm going to shove this clown. And then we have this whole he's not playing back-to-backs thing. The Sixers have invested $700 million in the contracts of Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, and Paul George. Those three guys. They have $700 million tied up in. What does Philadelphia do right now to try and turn the corner on this thing?
Trust the process.
Do not say that. The city of Philadelphia is going to start throwing batteries at you. Are you out of your mind? Trust the process. Those are like curse words in Philly right now.
Hey, if you think about this, you put two of the most injured guys ever together, and you expect them to play together? So it's the Tyrese Max is like, man, I might have to ask for a trade. Get me out of here. But God. It's that team. It's like those one of those teams you gotta just sit back and watch. They're gonna get healthy eventually, and they're so freaking talented. They're a really good team. So you just hope that they don't be in that bracket with you, like a 5 or 6 seed or 7 or 8 seed. I'm expecting them to be at the bottom of the barrel, but it's gonna take a minute because Embiid and his health issues. But I'm not worried about them right now. I think he's one of these teams that you're gonna fear later in the year in the league.
Yeah.
Dog, whenever you have more action going on off the court and in the locker room than you got going on the court, mind you already said you're not playing back-to-backs, but you've been in the news more for so many other things than what's actually basketball related. Now, what the beat writer may have said and reference to when it came to his family, that's off limits. You don't mention a man's personal life, and you got. Well, I'm not siding with Embiid putting his hands on you, but at the same time, bro, when you mention somebody's family like that, you gonna get what you got coming to you. You can't control what then happens after that, whether it's right or wrong. So keep people's family and their personal business out your mouth and out of your column. That ain't none of your business. But Embiid, this team is going to go the way he goes. If he gonna chill out and sit down and not do certain things, guess what? They gonna chill out too. He's the franchise player.
Yeah.
He is who he is what he wants to be. He wants to be the man. He wants to be the franchise. And you got your franchise sitting on the bench talking about, I'm not gonna play back-to-backs. What you want me to do with that? Paul George ain't gonna carry you because Paul George has his injury issues he got to deal with on his own. He just got back.
Yeah.
So Philly gonna go the way Embiid. It's always been this way, and it's not changing. Tyrese Maxey is great, but he is not leading you to the promised land. I'm sorry, it ain't happening. So guess what? If Embiid go down the toilet, the city of Philly going down with it.
Excuse me.
No, you're okay. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to. I mean, you look at what they have, and like Rob said, on paper, you see the paper and you go, "That's talent."
Yeah.
And then they just can't get everybody. And it's not even that everybody's not healthy. They just don't look in sync. They look very
everybody's not in sync because everybody ain't been healthy.
I get it, but if you're Nick Nurse, you got to get the players you got on the floor and get that system working.
True.
And do it from a perspective of, if we don't have Joel and we don't have Paul George, how does this offense run? How do we score? How do we move this basketball without these two guys? Now, should you have to plan for that? Hell no. But guess what? Welcome to where we are.
Yeah.
And if Paul George is going to be limited in what he can do for you, then you have to plan accordingly as such. And Joel Embiid has to see you putting together an offense without him included to go, well, shit. All right. I'm going to fight through this a little bit and get my ass out there because I need to be part of this.
Yeah. I think at one point, when management starts taking over and saying, like, listen, it's going to start, and it's rough because the Players Association, when guys are sitting there and like don't want to play a game, like, oh, that's 182nd of your contract. We'll take that out since you said that you don't want to play, Mm-hmm. Hey, like they said, like, you knew the job was dangerous when you took it. So if you don't want to be in the league where you think you'll get hurt, go sit down at home. You made enough money. So, but if I'm an owner, I'm gonna push the issue about, hey, nah, you ain't back-to-backs, you playing, dog. That's what I pay you for. I don't pay you for sit on the bench unless you 100% hurt.
Yeah.
He's not 100% hurt, but they're managing his hurt. That's what they're doing. They're managing it. All right, well, let's move on to the beefs section of the show. You want to start with Kevin Durant and Stephen A. Smith, or you want to go to, let's see, DeMar DeRozan versus Drake, or...
We'll start with KD first.
All right.
Yeah.
So KD called Stephen A. Smith a clown during an article. He's like, this was during the Doug Holler of The Athletic. He sat down with him. He said, yeah, Stephen A., I don't understand how people even listen to Stephen A. I've been in the league for 18 years. I've never seen Stephen A. at a practice or a film session or a shoot-around. I've never seen him anywhere but on TV talking shit about players and holding them to standards that he don't even hold himself to or other people to. He's a clown to me. He's always been a clown, and you can write that too. And Stephen A. didn't take too kindly to it. Now, I'm going to play you 2 pieces of audio. Strap in. They're a little long.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give you Stephen A.'s response on First Take and then later Stephen A.'s response on the podcast. Here you go.
If you're expecting me to reciprocate with that kind of pettiness and childishness, it's not going to happen. Kevin Durant is one of the greatest players to have ever played this game. He's a future Hall of Famer. He's a 2-time champion, a 2-time league finals MVP. And I've been on the record saying he's also a good dude. So if he wants to resort to that level, even though we're both grown men, and if he had something to say, he knows my number, and he refrains from doing so, that's what he has to live with. Respectfully, Kevin Durant, could you stop lying, please? Kevin Durant has seen me in the locker room when he was at Oklahoma City. He has seen me in the locker room when he was at Golden State. He has certainly seen me at games throughout his career. Unfortunately for him, I don't have to be at shoot-around. I happen to have a hit show that's been #1 for 12 years. I have other things to do with my time. Kevin Durant is going to have to answer this question. Who's allowed to talk about him? Charles Barkley played this game as a Hall of Famer. He got a Charles Barkley. Shannon Sharpe is a Super Bowl champion, a 3-time Super Bowl champion, and a Hall of Famer. He got at Shannon. He's gotten at players, the C.J. McCollums of the world, the Dennis Schroeders of the world, and others. He's gotten at fans. Is anyone allowed to talk about Kevin Durant? Anybody at all? Because I don't understand it.
All right, so that was Stephen A.'s response on First Take. I think Stephen A. makes a fair point.
Yeah.
I really do.
I think it comes down to a lot of times when players get poked a lot, they get offended. But when you on a certain status, you're going to get poked a lot because you are topic of a subject. You are considered, an elite athlete. You're considered a superstar. And, how we talked about this a couple of weeks ago with WNBA players getting mad by how you've been talked about. You in the limelight. You are a star. And this is what people do. We can't always tell about how great you are. But when you found a chink in the armor, people in the press are going to talk about it. So you got to understand that and know that it comes with the territory. It's happened to Jordan. It's happened to Kobe, Shaq. In every other sport, Derek Jeter. It happens. So this comes with the job. So I think with Kevin Durant, he just needs to just say, you know what? I'm just going to go out and play and keep kicking ass and be one of the best players ever.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith is 1,000% right. He's right. Mm-hmm. I know whatever this other piece of audio Rob has, he talked about this on his Stephen A. Smith show. He went into more detail.
I have some of that. Let me play a little bit of that. This is about 37 seconds. Here you go.
After departing from Oklahoma City, sitting across from me, you said you wanted to play a better brand of basketball. Well, then what was the excuse for leaving to go to Brooklyn? Everybody thinks it's just about Kyrie. It was about you signing off on Steve Nash being the head coach when he had no experience on any level to be a head coach. And that was after you told the Knicks you were coming. And then at the 11th hour, you got convinced to roll over to Brooklyn, which might be one of the worst business moves, Mr. 35 Ventures, that we have seen from a basketball superstar in the modern day era.
So he got a little more heated on the podcast.
Hey, that's like after dark. You can talk a little shit when you're on your podcast.
Yeah, so I had a few drinks now. I'm not on TV.
He's 1,000% right.
He
really is 1,000 because here's the thing. Kevin Durant has rabbit ears. He's had rabbit ears his entire career. We know he has rabbit ears because we know he's used burner accounts. And anybody that has to hide behind a burner account to say whatever they got to say, whether it be the fans, whether it be the notable people in the media, whatever, that means you're listening to everything. Yeah. You're listening to, bro, who is allowed to talk about you? Who is allowed to say anything about your game? Like, you're getting at Hall of Famers in different sports. You're getting at columnists. You're getting at people on his show. So nobody can say anything. Nobody can say anything but good things about you.
We need to have like him on an exclusive podcast, like your boy up with the Jets, so we know.
Oh, you talking about Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers, what we talking about? Because it's like when you want to defend yourself, just get your podcast, make someone famous.
But he has his own platform.
He does. He's got the Boardroom podcast. And by the way, Stephen A. Smith has been on that podcast. Mm-hmm. So and look, man. I've said this forever. He has rabbit ears, yes. He's also got very thin skin.
Very thin.
For a superstar, for somebody that you step into the league and you go, okay, I'm gonna be an exceptional player. I'm gonna excel. I want to be the face of the league. I want to be the man. Anywhere I go, I want to try and be the man. This comes with, you just said it before, Rob. What, the job was dangerous when you took it. Mm-hmm. You knew, like, with this level of fame comes scrutiny. That is not, and if you don't want it, retire. Fade into obscurity. Go be a columnist or an analyst somewhere on TV. Go get a seat at the TNT desk while you still got that.
But he can't do anything like that. I'm going to tell you why. Because he would then have to turn into the very people that he despised.
And who's ever had a problem doing it, right?
He had to criticize
Shaq
people.
hated when people criticized him. He got real comfy in that chair at TNT.
But this is worse. Like, imagine Kevin Durant retiring and then going to be an analyst somewhere, and then he says something that, every time he criticizes a player, people at that desk gonna turn around and look at him. People on social media gonna have something to say. Ain't this the same dude?
The hell you talking about?
Ain't this the same dude who got mad at Stephen A. Smith and Charles Barkley and Shannon Sharp for saying stuff about him, and he got the nerve to now get on the platform and then want to talk mess?
I don't give a shit.
He does not care.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Who does he respect? I want to know who he in sport.
Exactly.
Who he respects.
That is the biggest key. That's what I was saying about, him having his platform. Someone that's out there that he respects, that he can sit down every day or whatever it may be and say, this is what's going on. So, I think a lot of times athletes think we know who they are when we really don't. Sometimes, you only know what's on the surface. And I think with Kevin Durant, we don't really know him. You know what I mean? We only know him when he gets mad, when people say things about him. He reacts and says, okay, he defends himself or whatever you may call it. I think we need to get a chance to get to know you, because think about how much people hated Kobe until he let you know him. Mm-hmm. Think of how much people hated Kareem until, he let you in. And a lot of athletes don't let you in because they love having a personal life, but you can't have a personal life once you cross a certain status. You in that elite, and that's where KD is. So he needs to find out and figure out a way to let people know who he is as an athlete, as an individual. And this is just my personal opinion. And I think that would allow people to soften their blow on them, if they want to call it that, or just say, yo, you're an asshole, or you the greatest ever, whatever you want, whatever take you want to take.
Yeah.
Well, I think to your point, too, about finding a podcast or finding a show or something, to the note about Aaron Rodgers and Pat McAfee, I think Aaron and Pat know each other well enough where Pat can challenge him a little bit and push him without pissing him off. You know what I mean? Because he's like, oh, no, I respect Pat. I know he's going to ask me questions that are fair. And when he challenges me, it's not because he's being a dick. It's because he's my buddy, and that's what buddies do. They challenge each other sometimes. And I don't think Kevin Durant has that. I don't think he's got somebody at his side that he's like, man, look, I respect you enough to push back on me and tell me something's wrong, or tell me I'm out of face, or I'm too sensitive, or I got my rabbit ears on, or something. But he needs that.
But here's the problem. I understand that, but we talk about him having rabbit ears. You're going to have a plethora of people in the media and out there in the world who are not going to be that for you and are going to say whatever they're going to want to say.
Most of them.
He's going to have to – he can't respond to everybody. I don't care what their credentials look like. And I think you just can't do that.
But when you go for Stephen A., and Stephen A's got the platform he's got.
A bigger platform.
A much bigger platform. And a platform of people who are enthusiastic sports fans, who are outspoken, who love that Stephen A. has a brash opinion on most things. If you're going to come for him, then you better be prepared to fight. Because one thing we know about Stephen A. is, man, he don't back down.
Yeah, I think a lot of times we get into a situation where players feel like, let's go pile on the rabbit. You remember the old cartoon when you do rabbits on the bar, everybody just starts piling. Let's go pile on the rabbit. Let's go pile on the rabbit. And I think players feel like when one person talks, it's like a snowball effect, and everybody else starts talking about, and then that's when they get offended and they go to the person at the top of that list who pushed the snowball and go after them. So
yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to our next beef of the show. Now that we've piled on the rabbit, let's move on to what should have been the coolest and most emotional night of the whole week, which was Vince Carter getting his number lifted into the rafters in Toronto.
Right.
Absolutely justly deserved. And a very amazing moment for Vince too, to see him get emotional on the court, and he's crying, and he's got his family around him, and like that's the thing. And then some point in that broadcast, they asked Drake about, I don't know how it comes up with DeMar DeRozan, and Drake says, if they put a DeMar DeRozan banner in the rafters, I'm going to go get that shit myself. I'm going to go climb up there and take it down.
We all know where that comes from.
We know.
I know. But of course that comes up. So then, of course, in the post game, when they get DeMar post game, they ask him about the Drake comment.
Tonight's broadcast, Drake said, if you ever put up the DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and put it down myself. What's your reaction to that?
Well, he gonna have a long way to climb to take it down. So tell him good luck.
And he got up and walked out. He was like, "Okay, that was enough of that."
Man, look. As an artist, we love Drake. We understand his significance in music and music history. Drake's such a damn baby. They go buy that big ass baby a pacifier, bro. Like, I get the backstory behind, like, when DeMar was traded. DeMar was going through some things, and I think that's why Drake feels the way that he does, because he says when nobody else is there for DeMar, he invited DeMar over to the house, spent some time with the guys, and helped him take his mind off of everything that was kind of going on. So I guess Drake feels betrayed in some type of way, shape, or form, that then he turns around and is in Kendrick Lamar's music video for Not Like Us. Well, Drake, he is from LA. And just like you and him are buddies, he is friends with Kendrick Lamar, whether we knew he was friends with Kendrick Lamar or not. That's not our business.
We knew it. People in California knew it.
Right.
Hey, you gotta understand, like, you forget Drake and Kendrick were friends at one point.
Yeah, like,
so
bro,
they've done music together.
It's they're from the same, they're both from Compton. It's not even from, they're both from LA. They're both from Compton. So there's no surprise there, bro. You got to get over that. You got to stop. You got to be a man. Don't pull the thong out your behind and stand up and be a man.
I don't know. I don't like it. I think, honestly, as far as Drake goes, just stay the hell out of this stuff, man. This ain't got shit to do with it.
Well, he thinks he's the de facto owner of the rappers.
But you're not.
That's what he thinks.
But you're not.
He's the ambassador.
But you're not.
One of them, at least.
You're not.
He technically kind of is.
Yeah, I know.
He's a mascot of the Raptors, the second mascot.
He is. He absolutely is. Put the dinosaur aside. Let's just make it Drake. Drake with like little dino claws on or some shit. The last thing I want to talk about before we do Big Shot and we do our game. Anybody else think it was weird that Miami hoisted a banner for Bam as a U.S. Olympic medalist last night?
What? They did what?
Oh. Am I breaking this news to the both of you?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and hop on your phone real fast and throw a Google on that, because they put up a banner last night in the Miami Heat Arena. USA gold medal champion Bam Adebayo. Rafters.
Has no other Miami Heat ever won a gold medal?
I'm sorry, what?
Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right, but it's like, huh? What are we doing? What did like they look at their promotional schedule and go, man, shit, we really got to do something. First couple weeks of the season, besides this horrible Lawrence Fishburne Dwayne Wade statue we're about to unveil. How about we put up a banner for Bam for being in the Olympics? How about that?
Stupid.
And watch them put that banner up. Rob, watch it go up.
Tribute.
I see.
And recognitions, they are tainted. Because we're doing something for everybody. What's next? Is Indiana going to put one up of Tyrese Halliburton?
Tyrese Halliburton. He participated in the Olympics.
He was there.
Banner. Banner that man.
Does Eric Spoelstra get one too? He was a coach.
That's true. Yeah, where's his banner? Yeah.
Oh, this is out of
Jimmy
hand.
Butler had a week without starting a fight. Where's his banner? Put one up. Hang a banner. Like, what are we doing?
Hey, D-Wade was like, what the fuck, man? I want one too.
Yeah, put one up for me. Does he get a statue too? Give him a statue. Throw him a statue.
And if they
He won a
put
gold
up
medal.
on D-Wade, you know who else coming in? Hey, you know I played in the uniform too. So
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
I know
you did. I know you did, big fella. I know you did. That was one of those like head shakers for me. I'm like, what are you doing? You're devaluing everything else that's up there by doing this. You really are.
I don't have any words for
it throws me, and I don't get it. I'm sorry, I don't get it. It looks very low class for the Miami Heat. Have some respect for your rafters, man. If you're gonna put retired numbers and stuff, you can't put shit like that up.
And let me say this. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, I'm not even gonna lie. I would love to have won a gold medal in the Olympics, and
of course,
I'm happy that they did that for him. I don't think you put up a full banner. You could put something else for him.
Yeah.
Because I think banners are for retired numbers and championships. You know, that's no disrespect. Bam. I love Bam. I think he's one of the best players in this league. He should be the face of this league. So I think he.
Oh, what are you, dark all of a sudden? It's a complete crap. It's just Scotty Barnes is the face of the league, by the way, asshole. Just so you're aware. And I have it. It's a complete crap. It is a complete crap. Yeah.
But no, man, I think they could have did a. Honor him in a different way. I know I'm happy
agree.
that he did. I do appreciate the fact that they recognize that, because winning a gold medal isn't easy. I think winning a gold medal is harder than winning an NBA championship. So I'm happy they did it for him, but I think they could have did it in another way.
Yeah, when he retired.
Yeah, I mean, and that's if he warrants a banner upon his retirement.
But even then, even if you retire and that's something that you wanted to recognize that he did, then that's a little more acceptable.
Yeah.
But the man is still in the prime of his career and is still wearing a Heat jersey. Like, what? I don't. Yeah. I'm not.
Is his contract up? Coming up soon?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. Let's find out.
That's maybe why they did it. We're trying to keep you, dude. We put a
banner up for your ass.
Man, just pay the man. Well, just pay the man the money he want. That'll keep him.
No, they trying to lowball him with that.
Oh no, you ain't finna lowball me by putting up no banner. No, that makes you look even worse as an organization.
All right, let's see.
Oh, we appreciate you, but we're gonna lowball you on this end. Yeah, right.
Oh no, he's not even close, man.
Okay.
He's got 2 more seasons beyond this one.
Okay.
He's got 26, 27. He's owed $51 million. 27, 28. He's owed 55, and then he's got his player option in 28, 29
How old is he?
for almost 60. Good question. I don't know. How old is Bam?
Bam is
28, 29, right?
27.
Okay.
He's 27 years old, born in 1997.
Yep,
So by the time his
27.
contract is up, he'll be what, 29, almost 30?
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I
man.
don't know. Just I thought it was weird. They put a banner up for it. Honor the guy. You didn't need a banner. All right, let's do Big Shot of the Week, and then we're gonna play.
Hey, can I talk about something that happened last night though?
100%. What you got?
Did you watch the Baylor and Gonzaga game?
Are you talking about that kid getting dunked into oblivion last night?
No, I missed it.
That's
Holy
the
shit.
coach's son.
Oh, is it really? Oh no.
Yes.
I was waiting for like Paul Bears to come out and just bury him right there. Like that
how
was
would you like to be Mark Few when you put your son
And he
at the end
gets
of the game when you're
posted.
getting slaughtered, and then he gets, hey, that's gonna be dunk of the year.
He didn't even contend that dunk. He jumped, and that man just ate him alive, dude.
Oh,
he just
my
ate him
goodness,
alive,
hey.
and then he fell on him like Shaq and Chris Dudley. It just kind of like stood there for a second and walked off. I mean, it was.
Hey, that dude right now. Think about it. When you get dunked on like that, when you you walk in the locker room and he's like, well, you not like us. That's why you got dunked on.
I really had fun. Here's my sneakers.
I gotta go look that up. I missed that.
Oh,
no,
dude,
first
you gotta...
thing like, Dad, I hate you. I hate you, Dad.
He's fighting the teeth. I hate you. I hate you. Like
I just became a freaking card.
Oh God, you're gonna be on posters forever. I didn't know that was the coach's son. That makes it 10 times better. Yeah. Oh, I swear to God, I was like, just break the shuttles out and bury that kid, because he ain't like, he got up laughing, and I'm like, he's dead inside. He's dead inside. He's got his soul has left his body.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
Dude.
Oh, just put on ESPN app. I guarantee
pop
it's
your
probably
phone
the
real
first thing that
quick and
pops
just
up.
watch it, because
I'm gonna check it out.
It is. Oh my God, he got posted. Yeah. All right.
I'm sorry about that.
No. Always, dude. This is your show. You bring up whatever the hell you want, and thank you for doing that, because I really got a hell of a good kick out of him crying through the tears while getting dunked on last night. Big shot of the week is going to go to Jen Byland and her daughter Taylor Lennon. Here's why. They own Jimmy and Jean's Family Entertainment and Arcade in Western North Carolina. This is a 70,000 square foot entertainment facility, and it's an arcade. They got games and all this stuff. They shut down their business after Hurricane Helene and turned their arcade and entertainment center into a shelter and distribution center where families can come by and recharge, get hot meals, and within 5 days of doing this, the warehouse, 70,000 square feet, completely full of supplies from donations from all over the country. Wow. People sending stuff in. And about 300 to 400 families a day will stop in for supplies and a hot meal. And they're 2 weeks ago, they count on those directly. They've helped reach about 4,200 people as of 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
Directly, that's people dope. Who are, and look, man, just because we haven't talked about it in a minute, North Carolina is still trying to figure it out, and Asheville and some of those Western North Carolina communities are really, really still struggling to put their lives back together. And
I know it's crazy, because we always get we preoccupied by election. The tornadoes. The tornadoes are just hitting like Nebraska, Oklahoma. So it's just so many things that's tragically happening. Yeah. And I'm glad people are still taking notice. Like, we still need help over here in North Kakalaki. So I'm that is truly a big shout out to week.
It really is, man. You shut down your business, your family-owned business, turned into basically a shelter, turned into a place for a distribution center, and you do that for those people. I mean, big shot. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. All right, let's get to this week's game. Gentlemen, It's been a while since we've played it. By popular demand, it has returned. Rapid Fire is back. It is 60 seconds. You hammer as many answers as you can in 60 seconds, and then the other one will get to go 60 seconds, and one of the two of you will emerge victorious. I'm anxious to see if Harper can get in the mix this week, man. I really need it to happen. No, I know. I don't think you've beaten him yet in a round of rapid fire.
No, it's not true.
Is it not true? Am I lying?
One time.
Am I speaking out? I'm speaking out of face. Okay. All right. Well, Rob, since this is your show, do you want to go first or you want to defer?
Hey, with that being said, I'm going to go first and put some pressure on his ass.
He's going to put points on the board. All right, you know how it goes. I give you 60 seconds. Load up the clock.
Oh.
Here we go. The cereal Fruity Pebbles was inspired by what cartoon family?
Flintstones.
Correct. Yup or nope? What is the title of Jordan Peele's third horror film?
Nope.
Nope, correct. On a Major League Baseball field, home plate is furthest away from which other base?
Second.
Correct. What M word is a not-so-serious crime that is also Missy Elliott's nickname?
Misdemeanor.
Correct. Who invented and patented the first telephone?
Bell.
Correct. What Pepperidge Farm cracker uses the motto, the snack that smiles back?
Triscuit? No, it's Triscuit, not Triscuit.
No, Goldfish. What brand of bleach gets its name from the original elements used to make it, chlorine and sodium hydroxide?
Clorox.
Correct. Cochlear implants are used to restore which of the 5 basic senses?
C.
No, it's hearing.
They did good, though.
They did real good. Holy
dang.
All right, I think you got 7.
Put the pressure on him.
Let me see. You got Flintstones. You got Nope. You got second base. You got Misdemeanor.
These games make me feel like I don't know nothing.
You got Craig Bell.
I think
and you got Clorox, so you got 6.
It's the time, boy.
You got 6. Harp, you got to beat 6.
Oh, wow.
It's so funny. When you said that, all I heard was ocular. I'm like...
Oh, Cochlear implant.
I heard ocular.
Yeah.
When I said this.
All right, yeah. Mm-hmm. So you need a cochlear implant. Got it. All right. Get that man a cochlear implant. All right, here we go, Harp. 60 seconds. Load him up. Let's go. In his number 1 single from the 90s, Sir Mix-a-Lot says he cannot lie about liking what?
Big butts.
Correct. What K word is also a watercraft that was invented by Arctic natives and used in Olympic events?
Kayak.
Correct. Donald Glover won Emmys for directing and acting in what series about an aspiring rapper?
ATL.
I'm
Atlanta.
giving it to you. Atlanta, yes.
Atlanta, yeah.
What U.S. president owned an estate in Mount Vernon, Virginia? Sorry.
What? Say that again?
What U.S. president owned an estate in Mount Vernon, Virginia?
It wasn't Bush, is it?
No, it's George Washington.
I couldn't know.
What DC superhero built an Arctic lair called the Fortress of Solitude?
Fortress of Solitude, DC. Batman?
Superman.
Oh, Superman.
What river forms the international boundary between the U.S. and Mexico?
The Rio Grande?
Correct. What automaker produced...
Rio Grande.
I don't know. In my mind, I had Superman. I was thinking Batman.
2,
4,
3. Yeah, Superman would have gotten you there, but you got 4.
4.
Rob wins round 1. All right, you ready for round 2? Oh, look at him. He's crowning himself. He did the LeBron on you. Jesus. Next thing you know, he's going to get the baby powder and shit. And it's going to be, oh, man, it's going to be bad. All right, you ready for round 2? Here we go. Harp's going first. 60 seconds. What automaker produces the Challenger and the Charger?
Dodge.
Correct. In what board game can you surgically remove a frog in the throat or a ringing in the ear?
Dang it. I forget the name of it.
Operation. Though it sounds like a sandwich shop, New Delhi is the capital of what country?
India.
Correct. Okay, Zoomers, what H word are you if you're the one who invited everyone to your Zoom call?
Host.
Correct. At the time it was built in 1889, what iconic French landmark was described as a truly tragic street lamp?
I don't know about that one.
The Eiffel Tower.
Oh.
Who warns it's bad bitch o'clock in her #1 signal about damn time?
Lizzo.
Correct. When you go four-wheeling on your ATV, you're driving a vehicle that stands for what?
Autumn. ATV stands for what? I forget. What does it stand for?
All-terrain.
All-terrain vehicle.
All-terrain vehicle. All right, so
I got 4, 3 or 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. You got 4. All right, Rob, you got to beat 4.
I keep 4 is the number for the day. 4
seems to be the number for the day. So let's see what Rob's got. All right, Robert Horry, here we go. What father of 10 pulled out of a deal to buy Twitter, then reconsidered and bought it anyway?
Elon Musk?
Correct. In Star Wars, what co-pilot of the Millennium Falcon does Princess Leia describe as a walking carpet?
Chewbacca.
Correct. The Spotify podcast Renegades, born in the USA, features music legend Bruce Springsteen and what former U.S. president?
Bush.
Barack Obama. Homer or Marge, who's credited with writing the Iliad?
Marge.
Homer. The most famous museum in the world, the Louvre, is located in what capital city?
Paris.
Correct. What Disturbia singer had her first baby at age 34?
Riri.
Riri, correct. In the Mother Goose rhyme, what body part did little Jack Horner stick into a pie?
You tough it?
No, his thumb.
Yes, we tied up.
Tied his ass. Tied his ass. A push. Very good.
Yeah, the Iliad is Homer.
Yeah,
I
Homer.
remember that one.
Yeah, it's a poem, very famous poem.
Yeah, the Greek
and
mythology.
Then Obama does that podcast, or did that podcast with Bruce Springsteen. Yeah.
You got a podcast?
Yeah, Springsteen and Obama did a podcast together for a while. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, I didn't know that.
For Spotify, they got paid a ass ton of money from Spotify.
I bet they did, too.
Spotify just loves to hand out money. All right, well, we tied. Round 3.
Kiss me.
Oh,
kiss me.
No, I won't.
Do it. Do it.
I won't.
All right, last round. Let's see what we got. Robert Horry, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Neapolitan ice cream typically contains chocolate, vanilla, and what third flavor?
Strawberry.
Correct. For over 40 years, Izod partnered with what French company to make their crocodile-adorned polo shirts?
It's Lacoste.
Lacoste, very good. You got it.
Wait a minute.
Only active during wartime. What's the highest rank in the U.S. Coast Guard?
Admiral.
Correct. What primate has the longest average lifespan?
Alligator.
Humans. In 1949 act of Congress, a 1949 act of Congress established June 14th as what patriotic holiday?
Juneteenth.
No, the Flag Day. The phrase taco cat is an example of a word that means a phrase which can be read the same forward and backwards. What does that mean?
Oh, shit. I don't know. Pat.
He got 4, I think.
It was a palindrome. A palindrome can be read forward and back.
He said primate. He said alligator.
All I heard was living the longest, and I just thought alligator.
Oh, that's great.
I did not hear primate at all.
But do I give him a half a point for Lacoste because he got an assist on that one?
Yeah, he definitely got an assist back there.
I knew it started with a
You were
C.
close. You were like Lacoste. I knew it was Lacoste. What are you talking about? Shit, I got that right.
You can take that one off. I got an assist.
All right. Well, if I take that one off, you're at 3. Harp.
We'll see. I can't guarantee. We'll see.
All right.
I'm confident though.
I'm still 1-0.
You still, yeah. We had a push in round 2, and if we got to go to tiebreak, we go to tiebreak. Harp, 60 seconds. Let's do it, buddy. Jets or Raiders? Which is a street gang in the 1961 movie musical West Side Story?
Raiders.
The Jets.
Jets.
In the late 70s, McDonald's introduced what item, including a burger, fries, cookies, soft drink, and a toy?
Say that one more time.
In the late 70s, McDonald's introduced what item that included a burger, fries?
Happy Meal.
There you go. Okay. The Congo River in Africa empties into what ocean?
The Atlantic.
Correct. If you miraculously got into West Point, you'd be attending the U.S. military academy located in what state?
West Point is Virginia?
New York.
Oh.
Country singer or clothing line, which is Brandy Melville?
Country singer.
Clothing line.
Oh,
Candace knew it. What's the only current Major League Baseball team named for a mountain range?
Rockies.
Correct. The action movie Bullet Train. Oh boy.
Candace, get out of here.
Candace tried to loft you that one.
She did, but I didn't know. I didn't hear her. I didn't hear her at all.
She youped it to you. Need a cochlear implant is what you need.
What I get, 3?
No, you got 4.
No, you got 4.
Okay,
so that would
cool.
be a win. That would be a win. All right. We're tied up. So this is how the tiebreakers are going to work.
Choose a number.
I got about 10 questions left.
Okay.
We're going to go back and forth till one of you misses one.
All right.
All right. First question, Robert Horry. The action movie Bullet Train, starring Brad Pitt, is set in what country?
Oh, fuck you.
And Harp's got to get it right to win. So if you miss it, he misses. We keep going.
Australia.
Japan is the only country that has a bullet train.
Oh, that's true.
Japan.
Oh, shit.
All right, Harp for the win.
Okay.
Fajitas are an example of what rhyming fusion cuisine from the American Southwest?
Say that one more time.
Fajitas are an example of what rhyming fusion cuisine from the American Southwest?
Fajitas. Tortillas.
Tex-Mex. That's what we're looking for there, Tex-Mex.
Oh,
All right.
yeah, the Tex-Mex joint.
Rob's still in it.
I'm stupid.
Robert Horry. What first lady earned a doctorate in education from the University of Delaware?
Michelle.
The current VP, Jill Biden. Dr. Jill Biden. Harper for the win. What does the letter N stand for in the cruise line NCL?
Norwegian.
Dance in the streets, my man. That's
Boom! Let's go! Let's go!
The Norwegians. You always count on the Norwegians to bring it home for you, man. Jesus. Oh, it's like Rob in the finals losing to Norwegians.
In the Olympic finals at that. With a stacked team.
I figured, look, one was going to get, I was going to get one of them.
Got one. Got one.